and judgment is worthless. Today we're gonna look at the thing that I'm gonna talk about, which is this thing. The Figma Mona Megistus Mirror Reflection of Doom version. There's this comment I get a lot in these videos that I've never really reacted to because I never had a reaction to it, but yes, Figma does indeed sound like Ligma. So go ahead and leave your Figma balls comments. Also like and subscribe. Monas, Father of the Abyss, is a character from Resident Evil 3rd Impact, a modern take on the classic 1925 German gaming experience, Minecraft. What, you expect me to actually tell you what Genshin Impact is? Fine. It's a Lego game. No, seriously. You swap between characters for puzzles, who mostly share from a pool of movesets, with combos consisting of only a couple of attacks. I guess it's also like that one Nintendo game. Okay, so why am I talking about this? Democracy. I actually played Genshin for 1 or 2 weeks when it came out. I was fairly impressed with what the game had to offer considering it's an anime phone game, but I stopped playing because I didn't like how all meaningful progression was tied to a horrible gacha system and timed resources, all of which you can pay to get more of. Now that's remarkable. And boy, did I dodge a fucking bullet, because little did I know that the game would become incredibly popular, which does tend to have the results you'd expect. Okay, look. Now the figure. We're gonna talk about that now. After I put this hat on, which unlike previous endeavors, does actually work really well, at the cost of being somewhat mandatory if you want to avoid displaying her with a hole in her head. You don't want that now, do you? And she looks exorbitantly fancy, which runs counter to the one detail I happen to know about her due to its prominence in the various fan materials, i.e. she's fiscally challenged, which is a little bit strange to say because also, yeah, I can tell. Look at her broke ass. Girl can't even afford pants. Although that's probably for the best. I never want to see her wear pants. Ever again. Jokes aside, or maybe we're still joking, or maybe I'm entirely serious, I don't know. But out of all the characters in the game, her outfit is probably the most lewd, which I respect. She's got a bunny witch-ass outfit, or as I like to call it, a bitch-ass outfit. And it's recreated in figure form in a way that's very appealing. All of the important details are present, and none of it is poorly painted. As for the design itself, I like it. The theming is pretty on the nose, I mean, just look at this. I doubt you'd be surprised if I told you she's an ASStrologist. However, it doesn't take away from what's most important. She cute. Her face roll may be less sharply defined than the scale figure, I personally find more charming, especially with how expressive the options are. I can feel the financial strife. Not that I needed help to. If I had to complain about something, I'd complain about Robert and how he owes me $300. Where's my money, Robert?
I know you're watching this.
But if we're talking about the figure, it's probably the seam, like, Otherwise, I find the way the sculpt is segmented to be perfectly acceptable. The separation does make the chest part of her outfit look like it's not part of the outfit, which you might find odd. Counterpoint, I think it's kinda hot. Although if you aren't partial to the compromises from Articulation in general, this isn't going to change your mind. Speaking of Articulation,
Future Gokin here, I want to discuss something real quick, and that something is ass. In my review of the hentai action Erika Kuromoto, I criticize the segmentation of the ass, and make the suggestion that designing it like the Figma Aqua would be more ideal. Possibly due to that video, I occasionally get comments from people who seem to have that opinion about all articulated figure asses. In my defense, I was right. The conditions required to achieve that sort of design were met with that figure, but those conditions have not been met here. In fact, this is an example of a figure where that would be a bad idea. If you want to design this in a way where the ass cheeks are part of the leg, because of the outfit design, you need to make a really intrusive cut, whereas on Erika and Aqua, that cut was covered by a skirt. And say you're okay with this cut. If you want the ass to be fully intact, even if you were to make some kind of fancy joint, you would still be confronted with the problem that asses are not static. The shape will change with leg movement, and this is why they're typically designed like this. With this design, we're creating the illusion of a dynamic ass, when in reality, it's simply that more of this is revealed when parts of it are concealed. And the cut, while not exactly ideal, has better continuity than the alternative. This looks fucking weird. Anyway, there's another way to handle this design problem. However, I don't have time for that now. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video about this subject, but for now, let's get back to whatever the fuck Zerogokin was talking about.
This is a lighter, by the way. It's like, there's no fluid in here, but you can like fill it up. This is actually very solid. I have nothing to complain about, unlike the last Figma I reviewed. I guess it's hard to keep yourself together and be a great dad. Anyway. Hands are indeed a thing she has. Who would have guessed? Most notably, she comes with a hand holding a purse that appears to be empty, which she can't be happy about. Literally. She is incapable of smiling, because her rights to smile are monopolized by the Good Smile Company. It was made a Good Smile online shop exclusive to entice you to get the figure through means that they don't have to pay retailer fees for. Whilst understandable in intent, when something like this is made limited, instead of it being a thank you for buying it from their store, it's a fuck you to everyone else. Why not just make this limited? What the fuck even is this?
Mona creates a phantom of fate from coalesced water.
Oh, it's an attack she can do. I don't know. Again, I didn't get her when I played. All I know, she has a book. At least I assume she would, because she does look like the type to line up for book. Although, if you don't play the game, it's really disappointing to find out there's like 5 weapon types that every character pulls from. Oh man, what kind of weapon does Hu Tao use? A spear, like 10 other characters. You're not special. You never were. The book is actually pretty cool. Unlike the one owed by my femboy friend over here, you can close it. Heck, this would be legible if, it wasn't fucking nonsense. Speaking of things I don't understand. Funny hexagon. You can stick your little rod into her from behind. You can also prop her up academically. Same deal with this magic circle thing that I don't care to talk about. Additionally, you can place her next to other figures to see how tall she is in comparison. Or at least, I'll do that. Guts, Mazinger, Ludens. Overall, it looks good and is a very solid Figma. At least a copy I received. I don't fucking care what your copy is like. So what's there to not like? Alright. To be fair, it's probably still a better deal than actually spending her money in Genshin Impact. That's about it. Thank you to the patrons. Let me do a little magic trick. Fuckingus imbecilis. Of course, thank you to Photon Lab Reviews for their recording contributions, and I'll see y'all next time.